This afternoon at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens.
You ready? Ready, ready!
Now a handoff here to his running back. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On the ready.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch twist. 6-6. Pull it high.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, a guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now Rudolph. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
This is taken around the 12. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
Mike, ready!
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the play. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Check. 48's the mic. Let's get the ball.
On 2nd and 7, Allen. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on there. Heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Baltimore, first down. 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
On 2nd down, Dobbins. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Let's put that team on the bus. Check 48.
Pass 85, pass 85.
Watch the pass.
Hey, Alpha.
48 to Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come.
On play action, Allen. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Rudolph now to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
And they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Rudolph. Well, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down to score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
48, go.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He finds Robinson. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, G.
On 2nd down now, Dobbins. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 48.
Throwing his Allen on 3rd. He's got it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
48. 48, Mike. I'm coming.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Hey, Echo. Shoot.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rudolph.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Rudolph looking to throw. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Set, ready? 18 Gator.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there.
Go.
They go draw play. This is Samuels. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
18 Gator.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Undercrush.
Throwing on 2nd down. Rudolph. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 52 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Second and goal from the 1.
Let's go.
They'll try to run this one in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
So now it's third and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play, and what to do now on fourth and goal.
It's 4th and goal at the 1-yard line.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on fourth and goal from the 1. Rudolph going to do it himself. Try to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He did it. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line.
Watch the run. They're running it.
In his own end zone, it's Allen. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play that time for the Ravens. 43 yards. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
48,
To throw again, Allen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So now third and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
He's coming. We got double up. Check.
Allen off the play fake. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Recon, 132 fighter.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The stop for no gain brings up second and 10 from the 20.
Hey, I'm coming.
Hey, orbit.
Mike.
Let go.
Here's Rudolph. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Tavon Young in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Smooth.
Check Mike. Man. I got you. Pump.
Shoot.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. He almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
You.
Get it.
Throwing on 3rd down, here's Rudolph. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Mike, 48. Mike.
Yep.
Target.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the Ravens' 48-yard line.
Ready. 90, Wolf.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Rudolph. That one complete to Hill. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
30 base.
Stay with your man.
Ready.
Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Great.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Play action. It's Rudolph. Letting one go deep for the end. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Two times. We got three, fellas. We got three. Shift. Watch the shift. Gun. Half. 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Check.
And here's Allen throwing again. Got him in. It's Brown. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
First down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Hey, Lenny! Half. Coming to you.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He's going deep for Brown. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Check curls.
Throwing again. Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
You ain't doing nothing today. Slam. Stop.
On play action, Allen. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Let's go.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Check 26. Go, Mike. Hey, exit.
Back to the air, Rudolph on 2nd down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the 2nd half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
There we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
48 to Mike.
Allen now off the play fake. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker. Try
and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On 2nd and 9, Rudolph. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Patrick on Rossor. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert.
On 1st down, Allen. This is caught by Robinson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Motion. Let's go.
On 2nd down, Dobbins, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Rudolph. But it's brought in by Washington. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
And the Steelers first down.
This quarterback now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Check three.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Just like that. Kill. Hey, turn it out.
Back to throw, Rudolph. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation allows him to get home.
Come on.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, wahoo!
51's the money.
Watch the run. Ready?
From the gun, here's Rudolph. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Matt Judon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner. And I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Cherry 19. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Now Allen off the bootleg. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Ashawn Robinson coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now a give, right side. Dalvins. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Ravens on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Allen. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Ashawn Robinson picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rudolph throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Yeah. Reset. 48.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Fielded at about the 28. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try the left side. Dobbins. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Check 50. Check 9.
They'll try the left side. Dobbins. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
On 2nd and 9, Rudolph. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you've got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 3. Rudolph now to throw. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
14, he's going deep.
Here we go on 4th. Rudolph. Washington's got it. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 29-yard line.
Pilot, 64, weak. 48, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. Deep grip.
From the 29, Rudolph. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Now it's Rudolph. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Come on, QB, come on.
And the Steeler first down.
Here comes a 1st down throw from Rudolph. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff.
Here we go. Set. 10 Lobo.
It's a slant. Tight right, tight right. 4 down.
Five.
Now a play fake, and it's Rudolph. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel-downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 3rd down, Dobbins. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Here's Tressway now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
Ready, set.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Rudolph off play action. Got an open man. It's Washington. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
You're not ready.
Hey, dude.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
I got him.
One last throw here for Rudolph. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, That's a job well done, really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but
I like where we're going with this. You say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for Baltimore, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they'll drop down to 1-3. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6.